Okay, good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Where are you listening from? Yeah, so I'm seeing some trade opportunity on USD card. Yeah, I'm seeing trade opportunity on USD card. So let's go through USD card because I'm seeing it looks like I'm seeing some trade opportunity on. Let me check GBP USD. So December market structure has been really so we are going to be having an upcoming news event too around 7 o'clock. So you have an upcoming news. Claimant can change. So good morning, Richard Animansa. Yeah. So you have an upcoming news on GBP, which is going to be 7 o'clock. So we have like 20 minutes for the news to be released. You have like 20 minutes for the news to be released too as well. And okay, so we have an upcoming news event. You having an upcoming news event. Claimant can change. We're having claimant count change. So today is 17th of December. Today is 17th of December 2024. Okay. So you have claimant count change. So what are they expecting? So let's try and interpret the news event and see what is going to be the outcome. So around 7 o'clock a.m. We are going to be having GBP news on claimant count change. So you have to first of all understand the meaning of the claimant count change. So claimant count change simply means what? It simply means people claiming for unemployment benefits. So unemployment benefit. So people claiming for unemployment benefits. So looking at the numbers, okay. So one thing you need to understand is what if more people are claiming for unemployment benefits, it's not good for the economy. It doesn't speak well to the economy. You get it? It doesn't speak well to the economy. So every currency too is having an affiliation with the country. So if things are not going on in the country, you need to understand that it is going to affect the currency too as well. So as you're having claimant count change, the forecast is 2.2. The previous is 2.67. Okay. The previous is 2.7. So what are they expecting? So they are expecting more people. If you look at this one is 28.2k. This one is 26.7k. You get it? So that means they are expecting more people to claim for unemployment benefit. More people claiming for unemployment benefit. You get it? You're having more people to claiming for unemployment benefits. So what does it have to say about the economy? So if more people are claiming for unemployment benefits, then the currency too is going to be weak. You get it? Because I've already been saying every country is having an affiliation, or every currency is having an affiliation with what the country it belongs. So if more people are claiming for an unemployment benefit, it's what? It's bad for the economy and it's going to make the currency too weak. So I'm expecting weakness in the pound. Okay. So if any pair that we are going to pair it with GBP, one thing you need to understand is what GBP is going to be weak and the dollar is going to GBP is going to be weak, and any currency you are going to pair it with pound, the pound is going to be what? The pound is going to be weak. Okay, so any pair that we are going to pair, any pair that we are going to pair it with the dollar, any pair that we are going to pair it with the pound, that pair is going to hey, any currency rather, any currency you are going to pair it with the pound, that currency is going to be strong and the pound is going to be what? Weak. That's what you need to understand. You get it? That's what you need to understand. So GBP USD, I'm expecting what? GBP USD to continue selling when the news. So so let's analyze this one, the various resistance level. So as you are saying, you're expecting the pound to be weak. You're expecting the pound to be weak because more people are claiming for unemployment benefit. 28.2, that's the forecasted number, and the previous number is what? 26.7. Okay, 26.7. So 28.2, 26.7, which one is what? Bigger, or which one is big? Comparing this one to this one, the forecast one is what? Bigger than the previous one. You get it? The forecast one is bigger than the previous one, so more people claiming for unemployment benefits. So that means I'm expecting the pound to be weak because unemployment doesn't speak well to the country or the economy, and it's going to affect the currency too as well. So aside unemployment benefits, you're having some medium impact news on euro around German info business climate. We're having German economic sentiment, CU economic sentiment. So around 1:30, which is going to be the New York session 2, we're having CPI, median CPI on card. Okay, and at the same time, we're going to be having core retail sales. So today we're having retail sales around 1:30. So you come back and after the news has been released, you come back and interpret. You come back and interpret the distance too, the dollar too as well. So this is what I'm expecting it to happen on the pound if the news is going to be released. Claimants, so mostly sometimes the claimants count change normally have some effect as well. So let me check GBP NZD2 as well, because it looks like the analysis we did the analysis we did at that time. Wow. So GBP NZD is looking good for a sell. So it is now going to play out, but we are going to be having news event. So as they are expecting the pound to be weak, then maybe it might fall. It might pull back. Okay, then it will continue. So let's see. Let's wait for the news. So around 7 o'clock a.m. the news will be released. So let's wait. So from experience, okay, you guys know from experience, trading news is not something you need to go for. So we are patiently going to wait for the news to be released. That's the best way to go by. We are patiently going to wait for the news to be released before you take any action. Okay, we have lost trade on what? Trading news events, especially the claimant count change. I remember the other time we took a trade on claimant count change, and what? It happens to be something bad. So we are going to be waiting for the news to be released. We have like less than 30 minutes for the news to be released. Jerry Cream. Who is Jerry Cream? Is it Brainy or what? Eurocard. Yeah. Eurocard, I was watching it. No, so it's Eurocard has retested on. It's currently retesting on this. When you look at the weekly time frame, you're having some support over there. So you see this support. Let me show you. So if you check this support, you can see price broke out. Okay, price book out. Normally, if price breakouts, you need to what? It need to rate test. So we are going to be having rate test. So if price goes up again, we are going to be having rate test. So I was watching Euro card I was really watching it. But we're having this resistance here. So if you can check it, price is currently sitting on that level. Okay, so Euro card was a nice trade opportunity I was looking at, but because of the this resistance, you see, as price got to this side, it is retracing. As price got to this side, and even it looks like what the candle has broken the previous candle. This thing, yeah. So you need to wait. We need to wait for this zone to be broken. Okay, you need to wait for the H4 candle to be broken. So I just did this analysis. I think I did it yesterday, and it's still valid. So we just have to wait for this candle to be broken. We just have to wait for this level to be broken. Okay, before we can go in. But when you look at the trend, all the time frames are pointing up. Okay, aside the weekly time frame, which is a downtrend, the daily time frame pointing up. H42 is pointing up. Okay, H42 is pointing up. So we just have to be patiently. We need to patiently wait for price to break out. We need to patiently wait for price to break out before. So there was no the USD card is the one that we are seeing, but I'm just waiting patiently for the news to be released before I will start the analysis. USD card, there was an opportunity on USD card. I'm seeing trade opportunity on USD card. So we just have to wait for the news to be released. After the news has been released, and we go in. So let's patiently wait. So let's wait for the news to be released before. So you see, the candle has broken the previous candle. Yeah, so if you look at the H4, there was no price action to your left. So we just need to be patient and wait. Let's wait for the news to be released, because normally news comes with its ups and downs. Okay, news comes with its ups and downs. So after the news has been released, I think there was an opportunity. But the thing is, the stop is going to be very wide. Okay, the stop is really going to be very wide, 27 pips. Even though the target is going to be very big, but the stop is very wide. The stop is very wide. Yeah, the stop loss is going to be very wide. You see, price just broke out from the zone. So if you look at the daily time frame, you don't have any rejection level. Yeah. So you just have to wait for price. Just wait for the news to be released, and let's see what is going to happen. So as I'm saying, the stop loss is going to be, I think, okay. So the risk reward worth it, even though price will pull back. Okay, price will pull back, but yeah. So I think the risk reward is like 1 to 2 or so. Yeah, so price will pull back to this level, but we are just patiently waiting for the news to be released. The claimant can't change to be released before. Euro card, the opportunity is not there. GBP So GBP NZD. Uh, I'm now up. You entered USD card. At what price? Yeah, it's supposed to move up. Price action today. Where did you enter it? What time did you enter the trade? Because yesterday around lending session, I didn't after the stream that I noticed there was even an opportunity, but the range was very small. I saw this trade opportunity. When did you enter USD card yesterday? Was it this trade? At what price did you enter it? Or what time? So all my pairs are not giving opportunities. USD price action is not clean. GBP USD price action is. So we are waiting for the news to be released. It's left with 5 minutes at price 1.4238. So Bernie, why don't you use the link I sent you to join for us to talk? 1.4238, 4238, 4238. Okay. Why you entered it during the Asian session, or was it during the Asian session? 4238, 4238. So you entered it, was it? So that means if you entered it yesterday at this time, after the flash PMI. Okay, so that means the break. Okay, so that means on this candle. Okay, it makes sense. So after this one closed, after the candle broke and closed, you waited for a pullback and he entered. Okay, okay. So I think maybe you entered it around this side. Okay, this one too. Yeah. So I think now you are up. You are up. Yeah, it's looking good, and I strongly believe it will continue. So the news, you have like 1 minute for it to be news. So let's monitor it on GBP USD. So the 30 minutes, we're having 1 minute. So as I'm saying, according to fundamentals, they are expecting. According to fundamentals, they are expecting this thing, the pound to be weak. Okay, they're expecting the pound to be weak. So let's see what's going to happen. If truly the pound is going to be weak, let's see. So we have like 47, 46 seconds more, 44. So they're expecting pound to be weak. This is just an assumption or projection. So 20 seconds, 22 seconds, 20, 13, 12 seconds more, 11, 10, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Boom, down. What happened? Okay. So that means the numbers was wrong. Sorry. So the forecasted number wasn't. So that means if we refresh the data, one thing we will get to understand is what the actual is going to be lesser. Okay. So let's refresh it and see. So that means as the pound has become strong, because when I read the technicals, I noticed that price has currently got into this one. So it wasn't aligning with what so let's refresh the data and see. So you see the numbers that came out 0.3. Looking at the fundamentals, 28.2. So you see, with the data that the Forex Factory provide, not every time that you are going to get the accuracy. Okay, not every time that you are going to get the accuracy. So 28, but initially they were expecting what the pound to be weak. But when the numbers came out, the pound is rather strong. So that's why we are seeing. So that means GBP D2 is going to rise. So exactly. So it has filled the zone. It has filled the zone. So GBP has played out. But you see, you don't have to trade the news. That's it from experience. So let's look at the USD card. So it's now pulling back. It's now pulling back. So let's analyze it and see where there will be an opportunity to enter. So if you look at the monthly time frame on USD card, if you look at the monthly time frame, we're having this various rejectional levels. Looking at the weekly time frame, looking at the weekly time frame, uh, looking at the weekly time frame, we're having this. So this is the current market price. The hidden line is the current market price. So we're having resistance over here. But since Brenny, since you're able to stream on YouTube, I think you can be able to join, or it's the same link. Okay, so moving. So if you look at the weekly time frame, you can see the weekly time frame has broken through the previous resistance level. It has broken through. You get it? It has broken through. So moving to the daily time frame. If you look left on the daily time frame, do you have any price action to the left? Yeah, so the daily time frame, okay, uptrend. Okay, so the weekly time frame is an uptrend. The daily time frame too is an uptrend. So it's an uptrend at the H4. So let's look at the H4 time frame. So the H4 too is an uptrend. You get it. So let's look at the zones looking left. So looking left to the zones are very strong. There's no resistance at what? Looking at your left, there's no. So that means price is going to head to this side. So this is where the trade is going to be. So if you are entering this trade, you need to make sure you are managing your risks. You get it? You are managing risks. So let's see, maybe if you go to the H1 time frame. So since price is pulling back, what you can do is what you can monitor it at lower time frame. So maybe when, yeah, at the lower time frame, when I see a pullback, I will just enter. So I'll be monitoring it on the lower time frame because price is really looking good on USD card. So we are going to be having news event too. Let me check it. So 1:30 we're having CPI. So mostly, so let's check whether fundamentals align with technicals. So the weekly time frame looks good, very clean at the weekly time frame. Looking at the daily time frame too. So the daily time frame is as well also looking good. So we're expecting price to continue moving up. So if you look at even the trend line, okay, so I'm expecting even if price gets to this side, it will get rejected. So USD card, this is what you can do. So all the time frames are pointing up: weekly up, daily up, H4 up. You get it. So moving to the H1 time frame. H1 is also an uptrend. So currently the H1 has broken its previous low. The candle opened with no wick, so you are expecting a flip. Looking at the M30, the M32 is pulling down. So you see, when it comes to trade like this, all the candles currently the lower time frames are pointing down. Okay, the lower time frames are pointing down. So maybe the best way you can go by this is what, when maybe you just, it will be a good opportunity if price pull back, if price pull back to this level. Okay, so that's what maybe I would love, since price has already broken it, I would love to see price to come back and retest on this one. Okay, if price come back and retest on this one, it will rather give me a good entry. So if price retest on this, come and retest on this one, and what I'll take a buy. That's what I'll be looking out to on USD card. I would love to see a retest. So the retest is going to be a wick. Okay, if the market comes back and wick on this level, if it wicks on this level, because if you enter over here, your price is, but it all depends. If if you are willing to be in a drawdown, so from here to here is 13 pips. Hmm. I rather love for a pullback to this side because entering over here, even though the risk reward worth it, okay, the risk reward worth it, but if price comes back over here, it's going to give you a good entry. It's rather going to give a good entry. But if you enter here, price is high. So let's analyze the CPI and see whether the fundamentals align. So with CPI, we're having CPI month by month, median CPI, trimmed CPI. So let's check out which one is most impactful. Change in price of goods and services actually. So this is the most important inflation related reduced to the illness and broad scope. This is strong fuel. This is consumer price. Yeah, so mostly the CPI, this one is the most impactful one. Consumer prices account for majority of overall inflation. 'Cause- 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 'cause The average price of previous goods in Singapore. So mostly this one is the most impactful one, the CPI. So according to CPI, they're expecting 0.1%. That's the inflation that they're expecting is 0.1, and the previous one is 0.4. So now means what? Inflation is low. So if inflation is low, the central bank is not going to what? The central bank is either going to maintain the rate, or it's what? They are going to cut the rate. So if they cut the rate, it is not going to entice investors to invest in such an economy. Okay. So that means the card is going to be weak. Okay. Card is going to be weak. So pairing it with USD card, then the dollar should be strong, the card is going to be weak. So yeah, so fundamentals align with technical. So you're expecting continuation of the trend. Okay, you're expecting a continuation of the trend. For CPI simply means it's an inflation data, persistent increase in general price of goods and services. That's inflation. So if inflation is very low, okay, if goods and services are moderate, like they are not all that high, okay, they are very moderate. People are not complaining about the persistent. People are not complaining about the increase in goods and services. Comparing it to the previous one was 0.4. The forecasted one was what? Now, what they are forecasting is 0.1. Analysts are forecasting that inflation is going to be what? Very low. Inflation didn't increase the last month. Okay. So the data to be released, actual data to be released, is going to be very low. So if it is going to be very low, that means what? The central banks are going to maintain their rate. The central banks are not going to increase the rate. They are going to maintain it as it is. You get it? And if it happens like that too, it is not going to entice investors too. So will you love to invest in something that the returns is not big? Investors normally want rates that are high. You get it? They normally love rate which is high. So if rate is good, either they are going to maintain the rates or they are going to cut the rates. That means it's not going to be good for the economy. So I'm expecting, if it is not good for the economy, that means the cash should be what? Weak. So if you are pairing it with USD card, the dollar should be strong, the card should be strong. The dollar should be strong, card should be weak. So I'm expecting a continuation. So as I'm saying, I'm waiting for price to pull back on this one. Okay, price to pull back on this one, the trend will continue. If price comes and pull back on this one, I will look for an opportunity and enter a buy. But one thing about this season, like December market structure, is what it normally happens. So that's what I'm expecting it to happen. So that means technicals are aligned with fundamentals. Technical analysis is aligned with what? Fundamentals. So you see GBP NZD. If you check out GBP NZD, so it's the same breakout. Price broke out. Price head up to this side. So let's check out GBP JPY. So it's still consolidating. Yeah, so the pair for the day is what? USD card. USD card is a pair for the day. The GBP and USD too. GBP USD. It's only the H4 time frame which is moving up. So the daily time frame is a downtrend. So this season, I'm not going for B plus setup. I will only be looking for A plus setup because the market does no volume like that. Okay. So even though GBP USD can still the counter trend of what? The daily time frame. So the daily time frame will be hitting to this side. So maybe I'm expecting a continuation to this side. But this is what B plus setup, because the daily is a downtrend. It's only the H4 which is what a down. It is only the H4. So the weekly is a downtrend. Daily time frame is what a downtrend. It's only H4 which is what. It's only the H4 which is an uptrend. So in times like this, I'm not looking for B plus setup, because the market we don't have volume. So I'm only going for A plus setup. A plus setup, when the daily and H4 the trend is all an uptrend. That is what I will be looking for. So I'm not going to be looking for what. So this one might pull back to this side, then the trend will continue. These are the trades that I'll be looking for in times like this, because you don't have volume. Okay, you don't have volume, because you can enter A plus setup and it's even go, because there's no volume. Okay, so let's analyze everything again. So the news to be released, the news is going to be released around, 1:30. Okay, 1:30. So let me open another tab for. So USD card is a trade for the day. Yeah, so I'm expecting a pullback to this side. Then I'll go in for a buy. If it pulls back to this side, then maybe I will look. Okay. So technical analysis is aligned with fundamental analysis. So price is pulling back. So the stop loss is going to be when it breaks. This is going to be the stop loss, because we are again having a support level over here. So this zone is very strong. But you need to manage risks, because this game is unpredictable. Risk management is very important. So I would love if price breaks. So this point is going to be my stop loss. If price break the low, okay, or maybe you put it over here. You can manage risks when price gets to this side. Maybe when it breaks this one, you can close partial position. Okay, because this is the structure level. So the moment this one gets invalidated, the trend has shifted to what? A downtrend. So if price gets to this side, you look at the 15 minutes or the 30 minutes. Okay, when it closed bullish, then you look for an entry. So that's what I'm waiting for. That's it for USD card. So that's the pair for the day. So currently it has pulled back to this side. So the difference is 9 pips. So does it normally move before New York session? Yeah, so that's the pair for the day. So I'm waiting for price to get to this side. If price gets to this side, then you go in for a buy. So the risk reward really looks good. But one thing you need to understand is what? So the risk reward is wow, one is to five. Yeah, the risk reward really looks good. So you can one thing you can do is you can either enter bit by bit the moment it starts, because when it comes to the pullback, what I would love to see is what price to come to this level. Okay, but it can just flip. That's it. It can just flip. It can just flip and start moving up. Yeah. So that's it for USD card. It's looking good. So let's really analyze it again. So the monthly time frame, in case maybe you miss anything. So the monthly time frame, these are the various rejectional level. The weekly time frame, if you look left, these are the various rejectional levels. And the weekly time frame. So the moment price, so the weekly time frame, if you look at the weekly time frame, the candle tip has been broken. Okay, so the chances that price will continue to the next zone is very high. But this one has been broken. The pattern trend too is what? An uptrend. You get it? The pattern trend. So these are some of the trades that I'm very confident when I'm executing. So if you look at the daily time frame trend is also what? As well an uptrend. The daily trend is also an uptrend. If you look, let's look over here and see. So with the daily time frame, the trend is also looking good, but we just have some wicks over here. So you see, if you look left on the daily time frame, none of the candle has been able to break above this one, aside this one. So we're having daily wick rejection over here. Wick rejection over here. If you look at the H4 time frame, that's what I'm saying. This thing. So if you look at the H4, there's no price action looking left. If you look at the H4, there was no price action. There's no price action looking left. So the only price action is at this point. Okay. The only price action is at this point. So we are expecting price. So these are the various rejectional level. So you see what this one did. Price, even though broke out, but came back, made a deep pullback. Price decided to move up again. So that's one thing about the nature of this pair. So the weekly time frame is an uptrend, daily is an uptrend, H40 is an uptrend, all the time frame, and to the extent of the monthly time frame is also what an uptrend. So USD card is just moving up. Okay, the trend is what just moving up, up. So for me, since mostly USD card doesn't move well during the lending session, I'd rather wait for a clean setup. So let's wait for price to get to this side, then it will continue up. Or if you think you can go in aggressively too, it's fine. You can enter now, place your stop loss around this side. But for me, I would love price to come to this, pull back to this level. So the stop loss, if you look at the H1 time frame, the H1 time frame rather gives the structure. So you place your stop loss at the H1. But if you look at the H4, this is a point maybe it will get invalidated if it breaks this one, because you're having this resistance level over here. You're having this reject. These are the key zone over here. So if price is pulling back, it's really going to struggle for it to break this zone. So you're having another support over here. So it's really going to struggle. So if you place your stop loss below these levels, I think you are safe. You get it. So this level is very strong. Lots of, but it doesn't care. It doesn't matter. You get it, because you can see the side upon all the rejectional levels over here. Price still what, you can see this rejection level. Price still broke out. Price still broke through. Okay, it broke below and it continued. So this is what I'm expecting. So the trade is a big trade. Should continue up. And as you analyze the fundamentals too, it aligns perfectly well with what the technical analysis. So the trade looks well. So that's it for USD card. So you can enter now, or you wait for price to get to that side. Oof. Okay, so let's see Euro card 2. So I think Euro card 2 is also, yeah. So Euro card might give an opportunity, a big time opportunity this week. Let's go through that one too. So let me send this one to the Telegram channel, USD card to the Telegram channel. So I wait for price to, the stop loss will be around this side. Stop loss is equal to 1.42302. This will be the stop loss. Okay, is the screen back? Yeah, so let's analyze Euro card too. Euro card. So I said you are going for only A plus setup. You are not going for any the times that you are in is not good for. So let's check Euro card 2. Euro card 2, there will be an opportunity by all means by the end of this week. We are having the monthly time frame, this rejectional level on the monthly time frame. Looking at the daily time frame, you're having this rejectional level at the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame, you're having this rejectional level over here. At the weekly time frame, you're having this resistance to over here. So looking at the reason is what the weekly time frame is what a downtrend. The weekly time frame is a downtrend. Price pulled back, making a red test. So if price is pulling back up, correcting, it's going to correct on this one, or it's either going to correct on this one. You get it? Price is either going to correct on this one. So this one broke out. So this zone has been invalidated. You get it? This one is no more valid. So we're having another rejectional level over here. You get it? So another rejectional level. So the chances that price is going to respect this level is very high. So let's look at the daily time frame. So looking at the daily time frame, so price is currently on this strong level. Okay, price is currently on this strong level. So this is the daily rejectional level. So looking at the H4, so this is the daily rejectional level. So you need to wait. This is not any other time frame rejectional level. This is weekly rejectional level. So you see how price, if you move to the lower time frame, you can see how price is struggling. So you see it got to some time. Price doesn't retrace just like that, or price doesn't just get rejected like that. It's always gets rejected mostly on what strong levels. So price got rejected and came back. Okay, so let's see whether the next move, the next continuation is going to break out. So if you look at the daily, so what's the daily trend? Price is doing more of what? Price is more of. So it was in a downtrend at this point. It was a downtrend, pull back, downtrend, pull back, downtrend. So pull price pulled back again, continued. So the moment this swing broke out from this side, the trend turned towards an uptrend, made a pullback, continuation of the uptrend, breaking out. So it is currently trying to break out. Okay, it is currently trying to break out from this side. So what you are expecting is what you need to wait for. So the daily time frame is an uptrend. So as I said, you are looking for only trades that the daily and H4 are in the same direction. So you see, if you read the candles very well, you can see that the H4 candle, this candle tried to break, pulled back, give us what bias exhaustion candle. This candle tried to break, pull back, give us what bias candle. This one is also trying. So none of the body of the candle has broken through. If you look left to, you can see multiple wick rejections. Okay, you can see multiple wick rejection, multiple wick. There was a what? This one tried to break, pull back. This wick tried to break, give us what? And a long exhaustion, give us a long rejected them, and they came down. This level 2 tried to break, rejected. So none of the body of the candle has broken through the zone. You get it? If you look at this side too, this candle tried to break, got rejected. This level, so it tells you the level is very strong. So this is what you are going to be looking for. We are going to be waiting for price to break out. Okay, we are going to wait for a candle to break out from this zone, because you are seeing multiple rejectional candle. None of the candles has been able to break above. So we are waiting for price to break out from this zone. Then what? We take the continuation. The same thing that is happening on what? USD card. Then we take the continuation to the next zone. So where is it going to be the next zone? So and you are going to wait for not any other time frame candle. We are going to wait for the H4 time frame candle to break. Please take note of that. We are going to be waiting for the H4 candle to break. So where is the next zone? So the target is very big. Okay. So that means your take profit is going to be open when you are satisfied with the profit, because this one is going to be very, very big. It's going to be open. So if you are satisfied with the profit, then you take your profit, or you either wait for price to get to that zone. So this is what you are going to be waiting for on Euro card. Okay, on Euro card, you are going to wait for price to break out, then you take the entry. You get it? So until price has broken, there's no entry. Okay, you need to wait for price, the candle to break out, because the reject candles tells you a story. You need to pay attention to the candles. You get it? Candles normally gives you or tells you a story. So you have to always read, try to understand what the candle is trying to tell us, because this candle gave exhaustion trying to break. So that means if you look left, the same thing. So it tells you that the zone is very strong. And you see how where I got the zone, this is where I got the zone. This is how normally price move. Price break on pullback, price break. If it is pulling back, it's going to pull back to the next zone. Okay. And it will continue. This is the principle. If price is pulling back, going to pull back to the next, the same principle. Okay. So as price is breaking out, going to pull back on this one. You get it? Price is going to pull back on this one. Then it's going. So you see, as it got to this level, it tried. You see, you are seeing the bearish candle over here. I hope you are seeing the bearish candle. So it is telling you that this level was strong and got rejected, came down, and this candle is now trying to what? Make some moves. So let's see whether it's going to happen. And one thing as I just got notified by this thing. So let's check out the candle. So if you are checking out the weekly candle opens with no wick. You get it? The weekly candle opens with no wick. So if you check the previous candle, you can see they all open with a wick. They all open with a wick, a low. Okay, this candle too open with no wick. So as the candle open with no wick, okay, so let's see. But most of the times, candle is supposed to open with a wick. That's the most important thing. Candle is supposed to open with a wick. Looking at the H4. Yeah, so we are going to be waiting for price to break out from the zone. Then we're going forward a buy. If it hasn't broken, please don't enter at the H4. Wait for the H4 candle to break above, like what is happening on USD card. On USD card. Yeah, so I think it has started. What is happening on USD card? It's the same thing on Euro card. So we are going to be waiting for price to break out. Then we're going for a buy. Okay, and we're going for a buy. That's what you are looking for. If the candle hasn't broken, please don't bother. Okay, so this one can either be today, or maybe it will set up for today, tomorrow. So let me check out tomorrow's fundamentals. So tomorrow you are going to be having CPI on GBP, and okay, so tomorrow is FOMC news. Tomorrow we are going to be having FOMC. So when it is FOMC, after the lending session, the market becomes very slow. They are all waiting for the interest rate to be released. They will all be waiting for the FOMC to be. And today too, one thing we need to remind ourselves is we are having two things at the same time. We are having card news, and at the same time we're having retail sales. So let's check out the retail sales for today. So with the core retail sales, they are expecting 0.4. Okay, so the fundamentals to align, the USD news to also align. So retail sales, the numbers are way bigger than, or they are way higher than the previous numbers. So that means the dollar should be strong. So everything aligns. USD news aligns with USD card. USD news aligns with the analysis on USD card. The card news also aligns with what? The analysis on USD card. So if it happens to be true, then it should continue up. It should continue up. All right. So let's check out which pair. So on gold, gold is currently ranging at this point. So you see, gold on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, gold has given an analysis. I remember I entered a trade like this on USD card some time ago. So the same thing gold is looking at, or gold is looking at. So the H4 time frame is currently ranging. Okay, the H4 time frame is currently ranging. The H4 time frame is currently ranging. So let's check out gold and see. Looking at the monthly time frame, let's identify our various rejectional levels and see where there was going to be an opportunity. So the monthly time frame, this is the various projectional level. On the weekly time frame, we have this rejectional level over here at the weekly time frame. So at the weekly, we have additional rejection. So looking at the daily time frame, so the weekly time frame is also looking well. We're having this strong level over here at the weekly time frame. So looking at the daily, time frame. So the daily too has created a support as well. The daily has created a support as well. Okay, but the daily time frame is an uptrend. The trend is up, price moved up, retesting, and it has retested on that level exactly. Okay, price has retested on the level exactly, created an additional support. So it tells you how strong this level is. But okay, price broke out. So this is the new support. This is the new support. So looking at the H4 time frame, but the H4 is ranging. That's the thing. H4 is ranging, but the daily time frame is looking good. It's giving a nice setup. If you have someone, but from experience, I took a trade looking like this on the daily time frame and I lost. Okay, I lost. So normally I don't trade this kind of setup, but the daily time frame is really looking good for a buy, for the wick to be filled, the weekly wick to be filled. We're having weekly wick over here for price to get filled, but I'll rather wait for, since the H4 is ranging, I'd rather wait for something like this price breaks above this one at the H4. So yeah, so if price breaks above this zone, that's where I would love to go in for entries. Okay, that's where I would love to go in for my entry. So I would love price to break out from this zone. If it breaks above this zone, okay, then it will give me a clear uptrend at the H4 time frame. Then if you look over here, there's no price action over here, there's no support or resistances. So I think it will look good for a buy. Okay, so that's it for gold. But for the meantime, I'm not interested in the buy. Okay, or maybe someone is seeing a buy, but I'm not interested in the buy. You need to trade something that you are comfortable with, something you've seen it happening more often. That's what you need to be doing. But I'm not comfortable with this buy. Okay, I would love to wait for this one to break. If it breaks above this one, then I will go in for a buy. That's what I will look for on gold. Okay, but the daily time frame, if you are someone who focus on the daily time frame, I think it's looking good. This just price has broken out, created a support. Okay, price has broken out, created a support. What are you expecting? A trend continuation. But as I said, I don't do daily only. I I blend it with the H4 time frame. So I'm not interested in this buy. Okay, so that's it. So GBP USD, as you said, it's moving up. It's moving up. So price will get to this side, pull back to this side, then maybe it will retrace. So this is a short term buy. This is just a short term buy. So price is going to continue to this side. If you look at the H1, so the H1 candle hasn't closed, and if you look at the H1, it opens with no wick at the top, at the bottom. Yeah. So this will be a short term buy. Price to get to this side. Okay. Price to get to this side. Then we get a continuation of the trend. Okay. So as I said, this seasons I'm not there. This times I'm not going for just I'm not going for B setup. I'm going for A plus setup. That are the trades that I'm looking. So let's look at USD CHF. So USD CHF, this pair has been be slow these days. It's not giving a clear opportunity this time. So USD CHF on the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame on USD CHF, you're having this resistance over here. You're having this resistance over here. For the weekly time frame, on the weekly time frame, so these are the various rejectional level on the weekly time frame. You're having another rejectional level over here. at the weekly time frame. So what's the trend for the weekly time frame? The trend is an uptrend at the weekly time frame. You get it? The trend is an uptrend at the weekly time frame. So moving to the daily time frame, what's the trend for the daily time frame? So the daily time frame trend too is also what an uptrend at the daily time frame. So it would have looked good, but the H4 we having rejectional level at the H4. Okay, we having this rejectional level over here at the H4 time frame. So the zone is very small. Okay, the zone is very small. Wow, what time did this candle break about this one? Was there any opportunity? The weekly time frame. So there was a rejection over here at the daily time frame. Looking at the H4. Okay. Okay, so there was an opportunity on USDCHL this morning. So there was an opportunity on USDCHL this morning. Wow, I didn't see it. Yeah, at 6 o'clock there was an opportunity on USDCHF. Let me reanalyze it again because I did the analysis before the stream. So the weekly time frame, we're having a resistance over here. So when did USDCHF give an opportunity? I didn't see. Looking at the weekly time frame, we're having this rejectional level over here. We're having this rejectional level too over here. But looking at the daily time frame, okay. So there was this rejectional level at the daily time frame. There was this rejectional level at the daily time frame. We're looking at the H4 time frame. Let me check the daily, the line chart. Okay. We're looking at the H4 time frame. So we have this rejection at H4 time frame. Yeah, so there was trade opportunity on USDCHF. There was trade opportunity on USDCHF. There was a trade opportunity on USDCHF. There was a trade opportunity on USDCHF, but the spread, there was a news event, so I don't think it would have been better to even trade. So it moved around 6 o'clock. So the risk to reward was something. Wow, the risk to reward wasn't something good. The risk reward wasn't there. The risk reward wasn't there, but it was looking good. A breakout entry. It was a breakout entry on USDCHF. So let me check out USDJPY. Wow, it's consolidating. USDJPY is consolidating, kind of ranging. AUD USD. This pair really moves slow. This pair really moves very slow. Yeah, there's no opportunity over there. NZD card. So they are all very slow. They are all very slow. They are moving slow. There's no trade opportunities on them. So you see, Euro card is still getting rejected. You see, as it was trying to break, it has pulled back. So those levels are very strong. Please take note of them. Check out USD card is trying to make a move. It's trying to make a move. Uh, so USD card is playing out as well. It was supposed to come to this level, then it will pick up back. It has decided to continue. It has decided to continue. So the risk reward is really great. So if you entered over here, the risk reward is going to be 2.5. But if you were someone who was waiting for it to get to that level that I talked about, then it would have been a good opportunity. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, so we are hoping, we should hope it should move before the news will be released, or if the news is approaching and you are already in the trade, you need to make sure you are doing this thing. You are break even because you don't have to expose yourself during news hours. Yet you don't have to expose yourself during news hours. So make sure you are breaking even during news hours so that you don't get trapped. Okay, so that you don't get trapped by the news event. But this is USD card. Wow. I didn't even see USD CHF. I didn't check how the candle closed. It was a nice breakout trade on USD CHF. A nice breakout trade. So as a candle. So you see the same this trade setup, the same thing happened on GBP USD last Friday. The same thing happened on GBP USD last Friday. Price broke out from the zone. See, I remember Brenny, you told me about this trade. As I was watching, price just so you can see price broke out, the body of the candle broke, and what happened? Price decided to pull back before it will continue. So it's the same thing that is happening over here, and this time it is moving very, very pretty well. It's moving very well. But the news event, I wouldn't have even entered if I saw it. I wouldn't have even entered because of the news events. Okay, I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to be doing those things again. So if there's news events, I'm just going to wait for the news event. So one thing I like about USDCHF is when it is moving, I bet you like it move very well. I like the pair. If you get the trade and it is moving, no fake out. It moves very well. So these are the trade setups that I love to see. So the daily time frame is an uptrend. H42 is also an uptrend. Price is just taking off. Price is just so this will be the point I would have entered. Okay. So you see, this is the rate test I was talking about on USD card. I was waiting for the rate test on that level. Okay, so it made a rate test exactly on that level, and price decided to take off. So lending open hasn't even started, or it has started. We have 14 seconds for lending open to start. So it's going to continue up. So let's see where there's going to be an opportunity again. The price is going to get to this side. That's really not very well. That's really so. Next, they are coming next year. These are the trade setups I'll be looking for. These are the trade setups I'll be looking for. So let me check out. Okay, DJ, we check. Yep, bye. So it's currently on a range. Currently on a range. The USD card has taken off. Boom. It has really taken off. So that's a pair for the day. Okay. So this is the only trade we got today. You said you're expecting a continuation to the side. So that's a pair for the trade for the day. We got for today. So if you have not liked the stream, kindly give a like. So only one person has given a like on the stream. Only one person so far has given a like on the stream. Kindly click on the thumbs up button. Oh, Charlie, USDC I really like this pair. I don't know. I really like the movement of this pair. So there was a nice trade opportunity over here. Price broke out. Broke out from the zone. Price broke out from the zone. Just taking up. By the claimant, because of the claimant's count change, I wouldn't have even entered. Even if I saw it, I wouldn't have even entered. I wouldn't have even entered because of the news event. So this one, it took off before the news event. It took off before the news event. So the news event happened. So at what time did it take off? It took off around 6 o'clock. So the news also happened around 7. Yeah, so I wouldn't have even entered. It was looking good though, but I wouldn't have even entered. You see, so you need to know your pattern. If you know the moment you come to understand your pattern, the moment you know what you are looking for, trading becomes very simple. Either lose or win. When you lose, you analyze, and I've given you a tips on what to look for if you lose a trade. I've given you a tips. If you lose a trade, you need to ask yourself, so you as this card is taking off. This taking off. You need to look for the trend. You're looking for the trend. You need to also look for what. Check out the times that you enter the market. So the time that you enter the market, you need to ask yourself, was it a good time or it was a bad time? Wow, 19 pips. It has moved 19 pips. It has moved 19 pips so far. From this pullback to this side, it has moved 19 pips. Crazy, crazy. Hey, crazy. Crazy wolves. But this pair normally it will pull back, it will make some pullbacks. USDCHF move is what I'm envious about. I'm really envious about this move. I've really missed this pair. I have really missed this pair. I've missed the moves on this pair. So card is playing out as you said. So I sent it in the Telegram channel to continuation. So USDCHF is the move I'm very envious about. So I'm US. So how many people went in aggressively on USD card? How many people entered USD card? So I think I have to study the move of this one. So that's how I become good at what I do. Yeah, Brainy, you are chilling. I know you are. You are eating. You are eating. When you are eating, you entered around this size, so you'll be in massive profit. Hey, this guy, aggressive boy. You are chopping money more than your mental self. Hey, so this is how I become good at what I do. So this trade like this, I will just have time for myself and steady this move. Okay. So you see this move is the same thing on what GBP USD the other time. Brenny, do you remember that four positions open? Hey, is it on your funding account or on your personal account? Is it on your funding account? Because you told me you want to be in profit by the end of December. So you see this trade. If you look at this trade, let's Friday trade. In the market, you need to manage risks. It doesn't matter the thing you think is happening over. Two unfunded and two in personal. Wow. But wow, you are doing well. You are trying your best. So you see the same trade setup. On USD, GBP USD, you can see this trade setup. If you look at the daily time frame was a downtrend. Looking at the H4 time frame, the H4 time frame too was what? A downtrend. The candle broke. So what are you expecting? The trend to continue down. Okay. The moment this one retraces on this level, flip, the trend should continue down. Okay. But see the retracement. It made a deep retracement before coming down. And even the zone didn't get filled. The zone never gets filled and price decided to. So you see, when it comes to the market, but the same thing is happening on what? USD CHF, and now it is playing out. If you look at the CHF, it's the same trade setup. The daily is an uptrend. H4 has broken left away. What do you expect? The candle pulled back on this level, and the trend is continuing. You get it's the same thing. So one thing you need to have in mind is what the patterns are the same. The patterns are the same, but the outcome is different. You get it? The patterns are the same, but the outcome is different. So always manage risks. Risk management is very important when it comes to trading. Risk management is very important when it comes to trading. The USD card is doing well. It's really playing out. The USD CHF too is also playing out as well. I'm very envious about this move. Going to keep. So during the news event, it will even move more up. The news is going to move it further up to the side. The news is really going to move on. So one funny thing is that I will remove USD card from my watch list and I will bring it again. I'll, I'll remove it from my watch list and I will bring it again. I remove it from my watch list and I will bring it again. Well, let's see. So next year will be a good year. I'm very pretty sure. Next year is really going to be a good year if you are alive. Health is what is needed. Health is what is needed. You just need health. Okay, so any questions so far? Any questions so far? So you guys are not giving a like on the stream. Click on the thumbs up button. Click, I'm giving you this free knowledge, and if you come, you don't even appreciate. See the free knowledge I'm giving you, the signals. I come here every day, give you tweet, I break down charts, analyze. This morning I give you a glimpse of USD, I give you trade analysis, I give you a trade setup. The risk reward is looking like it's looking damn great. The risk reward is looking damn great. You're bringing you are enjoying. So you people should give a like to the stream. Kindly click on the thumbs up button. Click on the thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed, you kindly subscribe. You are eating, eh? But at this point, I think you got a good entry, so you have to break even. You entered around this side because I know what USD card can do. You entered around this side, so you either break even. It's you either need to break even. So with USD CHF, they're all doing well. Yeah, next year is going to be a harvest season. Next year, I swear. Next year, they're tackle tackle. Next year is going to be tackle tackle. This time, like the market hasn't been favorable, especially If you enter, you lose. You enter, you lose. The end of the market season wasn't good for me. You see, so my students who paid attention to what I've been saying are seeing results. What's on retail sales on US? What? Yeah, so on retail sales, they're expecting the dollar to be strong. So it's also speaking well about USD card. So core retail sales, they're expecting the core retail sales is mostly the impactful one. But they tend to be very volatile and the stock and the line trend. The core data is therefore thought to be a better guide to turn. So mostly the core retail sales is the most impactful one. So core retail sales, with the core retail sales, so the core retail sales and the retail sales but when it comes to news, one thing you need to understand, you can't predict it fully. But according to fundamental, they are expecting what retail sales to be high. So if retail sales is high, so the core retail sales and the retail sales are all high. So if retail sales is high, as I said earlier, if retail sales is high, it is good for the economy. It speaks well about the economy. And if it speaks well about the economy, the currency too is also going to be what? Appreciating in value. Okay. So I'm expecting, wow, crazy move this morning on USD card. So they're expecting the dollar to continue up. Okay. So I'm expecting it to continue. Yeah, you need to break even. Where it's you are even more than 1 to 2. So you can break even now. 60 from where you entered. What is 6 so far? So USD is looking good. USD HF is going crazy this morning. Hey, what's happening? Do you have any unexpected news event? Because it looks like the dollar is really strong this morning. Has Trump tweeted something? So 50 million labor markets over. Okay, has Trump tweeted something? Because the dollar is really strong this morning. So GBP and Z. So GBP and ZD just got to the target. There was a new sequence, so it wasn't something. Euro card. Yeah, so Euro card, please, you need to be cautious about. So around 10 o'clock, if it close above this one, then it will look good for a buy. So it's going to close around 10 o'clock. If it's the H4 candle breaks above this one, then it's going to continue up. What's happening? USD card, crazy. USD card, crazy moves this morning. 22 pips so far. Crazy this morning. Yeah, so Granny, put it on break even. Okay, so I think I'll call it a session over here. But if you have any question, kindly let me know. Is anyone having a question? Is anyone having a question? So this morning I gave a trace signal on USD card. Even though I was expecting it to pull back to this side, but I gave two options: either an aggressive way or you wait for it to pull back. So that it was two choices. But for me, I was waiting for it to get to this side, pull back to this side, and take the continuity. Any questions so far? Is anyone having a question? Well, around one, is it? What time is? What time are you going to be having the news? So the news is going to happen around one. The news will happen around 1:30. Okay, so don't expose yourself to the news. If you are in drawdown, just put your stop loss. Put your stop loss. If you are in profit, when the news is about to be released, break even because news are unpredictable. News are unpredictable. So next year, I will try my best to give you back to back signal. Okay, I'll try my best to give back to back. Gold is something that if I want to touch it, then I'll just be back. But I'll try because gold is something that can do you straight. Okay, so how many people entered the trade on USD card? How many people entered the USD card trade? Okay, all right. So these are no questions. So guys, see you same time tomorrow. So if you're in profit, enjoy your profit on USD card. See you all tomorrow same time. Yeah, so blockchain, I mean GH, GH, Accra to be precise. I mean Accra. You want to see me? You are New York. Don't reach New York. What does it mean? Are you in New York or hmm? J blockchain, what are you trying to say? Are you in New York or don't reach New York? What does it mean? Yeah, okay, you did New York. All right. Yeah, I'm in Accra, in Ghana. The USDCHF move is something I'm very envious about. If not the news event, it would have been a new if so I've promised myself I'm not going to be entering I've done that was on break even. Yeah, so you need to put it because I know what USD card can do. So if you are in profit, if you entered and you are in profit, kindly put it on break even. Very important. Kindly put it on break even. And I think you even got a good entry. You entered it around this side. So you got a good entry. Your entry was very good. So you can swing it. So if you think, so just take your risk to reward. If your risk reward is like 1 to 2, I think you can close some of the position. If it is more than 1 to 2 or 1 to 2, you can close some of the positions. So take your risk reward. Since you got good risk, then close some of the position and maybe allow some to run. That is when you have gotten like 1 to 2 and above. Okay, so check your risk reward. I've done that was on break even. Yeah, so check your risk reward. If your risk reward is more than 1 to 2, so if you entered over here, then I think your risk reward will be more than, it will be close to 1 to 2. If it is not 1 to 2, then allow it to run to get 1 to 2 because it is not easy to get a winning trade. So if you get a winning trade, you don't have to mess up with the risk management. Okay, you don't have to mess up. You need to maximize the best out of your winning trade. If you have gotten 1 to 2, you can take some position because the market can make a retracement. You need to maximize the best out of your winning trade. It is not easy to get a winning trade. That's what you need to understand. It is not easy to get a winning trade. That's what you need to understand. Winning trade doesn't come easily. So if you get a winning trade, don't mess up with your risk to reward. Always make sure you are maximizing the best out of your winning trade so that even the next trade, if you lose, you'll still be in profit. Okay. Even if you lose the next trade, you are still going to be in profit. Wow. Yeah, risk management is very important. So this year, my trading really elevated this year. This year, I've really learned a lot about trading. One important thing I learned about trading is that risk management is very important. You need to always, no matter how good or no matter how enticing the setup is, it can still fail. I have to always apply risk management. I have to make sure I don't risk all my accounts on one trade. I need to diversify my portfolio. Okay. Diversifying your portfolio means what? Risk portion of your accounts. Don't say this setup really looks good. Maybe the weekly time frame is an uptrend, daily is an uptrend. Like everything looks good. The time of the day, there's no news, everything looks good. So you are going to risk all your accounts. At the end, you are going to what? Lose everything. Risk management, make sure you are the amount you are going to be risking. No, you are not going to risk all your accounts on one trade. And two, maximize the best out of your winning trade. Don't mess up with your what risk to reward. So these are the things that I learned this year. Don't mess up with your risk to reward. So those times when I'm in a winning trade, like it looks like I want to say something, but I don't want to. I wanted to bring some scenario. Like you don't have to, if you are in winning trade, don't rush, don't panic, don't shiver. Make sure you are allowing, maximize your risk to reward. Make sure you are getting the best out from your winning trade. Your risk to reward should be great. So that even if the next trade is coming against you, you are not going to still be in Jordan. But the moment you are panic, you are just thinking, and a lot of people don't know where to take profit. That's the problem. If you know how to take profit, you're not going to mess up with the risk. You are just going to stay in patience. So sometimes I would take a trade, I'll be in 1 to 1, and still the trade will still continue. Okay, I'll still be in 1 to 1, and sometimes it will come to break even. I don't care because I've learned that if I cut my profit short, the next trade, if I lose, I'm still in drawdown, and I don't even get the best out of my winning trade. So one thing I learned this year is what maximize the best out of my winning trade, allow my trade to reach its full potential. Okay, and risk management, make sure I'm always risking a portion of my account, not all my account. So I give you a scenario. This USD CHF setup that happened, the same thing happened on what GBP USD, and it's what it failed. You get it? It failed. So one thing you need to understand is what the patterns are the same, but the outcome is different when it comes to trading. The outcome is different. So always make sure you are managing risks. And if you get a winning trade, make sure you are getting the best out of that winning trade. Okay. And trading is going to be very simple. You are not going to be stressed out. A lot of people get stressed out because even though, so you see, this when we started this year, December, I've lost like back to back, but something that hasn't happened to me. Lost back to back, back to back. I said, what's going on? The same setup I've been taking and winning. If I show you my accounts, the same setup I've been taking, getting like 80% win rate, and now this setup is failing. So that's what most beginners don't understand. And normally, what they do is what they change their strategy, they shift, they move to another strategy. Now, I understand it was market condition, so I just took a break. Okay, I just took a break from my trades and monitoring how the market is going to move. So that's it about trading. That's it about trading. So you need to understand the dynamics about trading the market. As a beginner, most beginners don't understand. The moment they lose one or two and they start giving up, that's not how trading works. So you don't have to give up. Make sure you are persistent. Persistence is what is going to lead you to success. Find a working strategy and you follow. If you follow, things are going to align. All right. So I think you stayed here for a very long time. So guys, I'll call it a day over here. So see you tomorrow same time. So we come again tomorrow. So today, those who took the trade had a winning trade. We analyze everything together and what it was great. So see you all tomorrow same time. Bye bye. Enjoy your profit.